Wilhelm Sasnal is one of the most interesting contemporary painters at work at the moment. He was born in 1972 in Tarnów in Poland. Much of his work relates to Poland, but what makes his work really interesting is that it is a way of chronicling the experience of being alive today. One of the key parts of the process in Sasnal's work is to make the decision which image to paint. Of course, we live in an age of where we are inundated with photographic images all the time. Photographic images get distributed faster and faster. He translates particular images into paintings and awards them the aura of painting, thereby giving this image a particular value. This exhibition chronicles a little more than 10 years of Sasnal's work from 1999 until today. There's a number of paintings which have never been seen beforehand. In 1999, Sasnal was very preoccupied with a certain pop attitude to connect painting to the experience of being alive in Poland in that moment in time. One of the bodies of work he became really known for at the time was a series of paintings that take their inspiration from Art Spiegelman's famous cartoon narrative Maus, which narrates the story of the Holocaust through a comic. In Spiegelman's comics, the Jews are represented as mice, the Nazi Germans are represented as cats, and the Poles are represented as pigs. Sasnal wondered, how does this relate to the tradition of painting, but also how much content, how much sign can you remove, and you can still decipher the work. So he took Spiegelman's comics, removed all the speech bubbles and the characters to see how much do you still understand what these paintings are about. There's a number of recurring subjects in Sasnal's paintings. One is the preoccupation with history. How does our present moment relate to the past? Another is really where he situates himself within the world, and part of that is his family. So his wife and his son are recurring subjects. What is very curious is that almost never do we actually get to see them. So for instance, he paints a picture of his son, of Caspar, standing against the sunlight, and we see this boy with outstretched arms, but we cannot actually see his face. So the piece of information we most crave will always be withheld from us. More recently, Sasnal has become particularly interested in the art of the past, and unusually, for instance, in the painting Asnières, he makes direct reference to historic painting, in this case, a painting by the 19th century French painter Seurat. It's a very good example how the different layers in his work work. Because this painting, on the one hand, is a tribute to Seurat. It's a direct, it takes direct inspiration from Seurat's painting of a boy sitting by a river, but it's laden with personal associations and memories. Much of the debate around painting over the past decades has been preoccupied with this question: is it still legitimate to paint? Instead of asking the question, is it okay for a painter to paint? Can you still do it? Sasnal much more asks, what is it a painter today can paint? It's much more the question, what can painting do and how can it reflect the experience of being alive today?